Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? If you can hear me, I want you to please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. For those of you who are watching via YouTube, watching via Facebook, if you can hear me, I want you to please type "I can hear you." So while we're waiting for more people to join, and while we're waiting for people to confirm if they can hear us, I want you to please remember to like and share this broadcast, because there is definitely somebody on your contact list who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. So before I introduce our guest, she's going to be behind the scene right now while I just do the introduction. All right. So those of you watching, please, if you can hear me, type "I can hear you" in the comment section. I just want to be sure I am not speaking to myself. So type "I can hear you." So while we're waiting for more people, I will be sharing from my end. So I want everybody to also like and share this broadcast. Okay, someone responded. Hey, Senada, how are you? If you can hear me, Senada, please type "I can hear you" in the comment section. I just want to be sure that I'm not speaking to myself. Let's see. So I am sharing this broadcast so that the people, okay, great. You can hear me. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, David. Thank you for confirming. Thank you so much. Great people. All right, let's get started. So this is our 90th episode. And today we have a guest who resides here in Georgia. We're neighbors. Apparently, she lives in Georgia. And her name is Ina Johnson Myers. So Ina is a certified life coach, speaker, author of Girl Don't Play, Pray, the professional women's guide to identifying his brokenness, and the CEO of When She Rise, LLC. She's a 24-year retired combat veteran with PTSD, survivor of narcissistic abuse, and the survivor of MST, that's military sexual trauma. Ina Johnson is a mother of 3 and grandmother of 6, and raised by a father and mother, and both parents were World War II veterans who served our country in the 1940s. Her company specializes in narcissistic abuse awareness, recovery, and victim prevention. She teaches women the importance of spotting those red flags during the dating phase, the not so obvious narcissistic personality disorder traits, and mannerisms to recognize and avoid the Christian approach to dealing with those personality disorder traits and the journey to their healing from those toxic relationships. Because of her own experiences with toxic relationships and the pains of depression, suicidal thoughts, and humiliation she endured as the result, she advocates to help other professional women be cognizant of who they allow to sit at their table and not ignore the red flags they see and hear in their search for that perfect partner. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman who has served our country. This is a woman who is doing everything humanly possible to help people overcome trauma. Let's not wait any further. Without any further ado, I want to welcome to the stage this powerful woman, Ina Myers. Ina, first of all, thank you for joining the program and thank you for your service.
Thank you for having me here, and you're more than welcome.
Thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. And look, you don't look like you don't look like someone with grandkids. You know, when I saw you had 6 grandchildren, I was like, what? What?
Yes.
What? You know, that's good genes, I must say. So You look so good for, you know, that status. So thank you. I believe your parents did a wonderful job and you have good genes. So thank God for that. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, Aina, I have a lot of people here who would like to hear from you. First of all, let's ask you, how did you manage to overcome all these, you know, stress or challenges you've been through? Let's talk about that first before we go into your book.
Okay. Actually, by the grace of God, I was being covered when I didn't even know I was being covered.
Wow.
You see, when you join the military, you come from a world. For me, I came from, you know, Midwest, Middle America, you know. But when you go into the military, you go into a melting pot of different type of people from different places with different backgrounds.
Right.
So what was normal to me wasn't normal once I got into the military.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know, little Ina, coming from, you know, mommy and daddy, a lot of people didn't have that reality. And I didn't understand when I went into the military that a lot of people didn't have that reality.
Wow.
So, you know, God brought me through so that I can do what I do now, which is help women, help men. I want to look at helping children because this starts at childhood and youth. So I want to be able to start there and not just work on prevention or, you know, not work on prevention from adults. I want to work on prevention as a child. So we don't have to, the US and whoever, the world doesn't have to keep going through this. Let's stop it. Let's fix it as a child.
That's right. That's a powerful mission that you have chosen. Although you have been doing great things, you have been serving, like, you know, for the longest. And for you to choose that even after your military service, you still want to continue serving women, you know, that's powerful. I love that. Thank you so much for all you have done. Thank you so much for all you currently do. And thank you so much for all you would continuously do, not only for humanity, but for, you know, women as well. You know, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So you were talking about starting from, you know, the younger generation. So do you have a coaching program where you get to, you know, keep people up to par in terms of identifying the red flags, or is your coaching program strictly for the mature women?
Right now it's for the women, but I'm in the works of trying to build the project for our high schoolers, because actually narcissism, psychopath, and sociopath starts in high school. They're in high school, they've already the traits and the mannerisms. So we want to get to them there before they get to adulthood and become abusers.
Right. That's a nice one. That's a very, very good one. So are you getting support from the government?
Yes, it's some support, but it's not the support that it needs to. So I need, you know, more support and more people to actually bring this to the forefront so that we can get it done. We can put a program, a process together. As, you know, a country, we feed the children. We feed them so that they don't go to school hungry. You know, they can learn. But when you're feeding them food, you're missing the emotional and mental things that they're dealing with at that time. That's going to multiply and manifest as they get older. So, you know, while we're feeding them food for their belly, let's feed them some food for their emotions and for their heart.
Their minds. You know? Yeah. That's awesome. That's a good one. That's a powerful thing you are doing, powerful work you are doing right now. Thank you once again. And now we want to go into your book. You are an author of a book titled "Girl, Don't Play, Pray." So can you tell us what inspired you to write this book?
Actually, the insidiousness that was in my life. throughout military service, throughout civilian life. Like I said, what I thought was normal, mommy and daddy and everybody didn't have that. So it was hard for me to understand. Actually, I didn't have a name for it until a couple of years ago, what it was. I constantly didn't understand narcissism, of course, didn't know what it was. I thought it was something that, was a medical or you need pills for. It actually wasn't until the last presidency that it actually started making a little sense.
Right.
So that is kind of actually what sent my research in, because I'm like, okay, this is the kind of the stuff that I'm looking at,
Yes. Yes.
So that's what made me do the research for the book.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So how many books have you written in total?
Actually, this is my first book.
Okay.
Never in a million years would I have ever thought I'd be writing a book.
Oh,
I'm a soldier. I'm a doer. While you writing a book, I'm gonna go get it done.
Right.
This is something that I did. Honestly, this was God inspired. God actually picked me, told me get up off the floor, because I was having a pity party on the floor, and he told me to get up off the floor and go sit in front of my computer. When I did that, he just started writing chapters.
Wow, wow, yeah. That's good. So when was this book launched or published?
It was launched this year. Now, It took 87 days total for the book to come out. However, it only took actual 60 days, because the first time I attempted to write the book, I was working with a coaching company. And when my first attempt, they told me that I wasn't Oprah. They didn't need my bio. That they, that was my first attempt. And so I kind of got insulted, and I, stopped writing and stopped thinking about it.
Right.
And I wanted to get back to it. And like I said, I was on the ground crying and, praying and praying and crying. And God told me, get up and go get in front of your computer. So from the day that he started writing, it took 60 days. Whoa. From writing to being published, to being put out. 60 Whoa. Days.
Wow, 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 wow. That was fast and awesome. They say, there's one quote I always tell people about. It's a quote from Louis Pugh. And the quote says, "There is nothing more powerful than a made-up mind."
Amen. Yep.
Yes.
That is true.
Yes. So once your mind is made up, you become unstoppable. So I love that. Now, what you just said would inspire a lot of people out there, because you never imagined that you were going to write this book now, right? So this again has confirmed to everybody, those who are listening, who are watching this program now, that there is a book in everybody. There is a book inside everybody. Am I right, Ina?
Yes. And this I want to say, despite raising 3 kids, despite 24 years of military, despite living on 5 of the 7 continents, despite doing all the things that I did, I never thought I had the information for a book.
Right. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. That's why they always emphasize on personal development. When you start looking at that area of personal development to help you discover your purpose, then you realize that you were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose that is far greater than your comprehension. Am I right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Yes. And there's so many women out here listening, or who would even watch this video or watch the replay, who right now are thinking, oh, they don't have a story. They think they don't have a story to write a book. And that's why you are there for people like them, to encourage them. Am I correct?
And you are correct. And like I said, I self-published the book.
You see?
So I love helping, aspiring authors to get their ideas together, to, formulate the plan so that you can write your own book. every adult has pretty much gone through something that story is needed somewhere else. You know, when we go through things, we don't necessarily go through them for ourselves. We go through them for somebody else.
True.
So somebody else needs the testimony that you have. So you need to put it in a book so somebody can buy it. They're waiting on it.
Wow, 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 wow. So what about the title? How did you come up with that title? I know, you know, sometimes when you're trying to pick titles, getting the right title is one, then getting the title that is not already too available out there is another thing. So how did you manage to put that together?
Actually, that was just the story of my life. I kept making excuses for the situation. I kept, you know, excusing things. I kept looking the other way. And finally, God said, girl, don't play. So, girl, don't play. So that's how it came about.
Right. And it's a very, 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 very good title. Very catchy, very attractive. You know, I know the book will do well.
Thank you.
All right. So, so how did you celebrate when you finished your book? What did you do? Did you
GNO, Girls Night Out?
Oh yes.
So we went out, you know, because it's still kind of pandemic-ish. So we, you know, went out, had, you know, some drinks and had talk, conversation, and we went over the book and, you know, had the book out on the table. So we did a review and it was a great time.
Oh, great. Okay, so what's your advice for that parent, that single parent, or that lady who is in a relationship or married, who thinks that, you know, she cannot get her life back together based on the challenges that life has thrown at her? What's your advice for that person right now?
First of all, I would say to acknowledge whatever it is. You can't fix anything you can't acknowledge. You can't fix anything that you can't, you know, dissect and say exactly what it is. If it's your problems or somebody else's. Sometimes we carry other people's issues. So you have to, whenever you're, you know, diagnosing yourself or trying to work your issues out, you have to find out, okay, is this my problem or am I carrying this problem for someone? You have to, if you realize it's for someone, then you have to learn how to release that. Allow people to be, you know, carry their own issues so that you can focus on yours. Once you focus on your issues, once you understand, go to get some, if you need counseling, by all means, do counseling, do coaching, you know, find someone that's in your tribe that you can speak to and to help get you through the situation. Because a lot of times we'll talk to other people about our situation, but other people don't, because they've never been through it. They don't know what's going on. And all they end up doing is traumatizing you more because you've told someone that has no knowledge. They can have 5 PhDs, but if they've never been through the situation, they don't really understand. They can understand it intellectually, but they can't feel what you feel. And so you want to find your tribe, somebody that understands what's going on with you and can shine a light on certain areas to help you move and navigate through it. We all have issues. We all have, you know, major struggles in life, some more than others. But there's always help. There's always a person that God puts in your life or, you know, is in your life to actually help navigate you through that situation. You have to be comfortable enough and find your voice and find your joy so that you can talk to that person and get the help that you need. We all need it.
We all need help. We all need help. And thank God now networking is not as challenging as it used to be. Now, you know, the rise of virtual networking groups and all that has really changed the dynamics. So it's easy for people to just go online and join networking groups without the need to constantly drive or go out. So the help is readily available online.
Right.
So
and
like
you don't
what
even have
Ina
to
said, yeah, go
you
ahead.
don't even have to turn your camera on. You
Yeah, yeah,
can say what you
yes.
need to say with initials on your screen.
Right.
So nobody's even knowing who you are while while you get your problems fixed.
True, true. So there is no excuse for anybody who needs help not to seek help right now. You know, let's touch on this very important topic now. You know, because of the pandemic that we just experienced, the level of depression has increased globally. The level of anxiety has increased globally. The level of domestic violence increased globally. I know you are not a therapist, and this is a full disclosure. She's not a therapist. So what's your advice for anybody who is undergoing any of those right now? Depression, anxiety, domestic violence. And full disclosure for everyone who's listening, she's not a therapist. I just want her to share like her candid, advice. It's not a professional advice. What she would advise her daughter, her child. Let's hear from you, Ina, please.
Yes. Like I said, because I am a survivor of PTSD, I have PTSD and a survivor of MST and also narcissistic abuse. It's important to find your voice. When you're in abusive situations, they restrict your voice. That's how they can abuse, with your voice being restricted. And that's how it stays silent, and it happens for so long. So it's important that, again, you find your tribe. You find people that understand, that have been in there. If you Google abuse, you'll find groups that have, but you find Facebook groups, you find all other kind of social media groups that you can join, you can talk to, you can email them, you can speak with me if you like. It is important that you find your tribe, you find someone to help you through this. God did not build you to go through depression and anxiety and abuse. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are the child of the Most High God. You are an amazing person. Just because that person does not recognize it doesn't mean you're not amazing. You are who God says you are, not who that narcissistic, not who that abuser, not who anyone else says you are. You are amazing. And it is, up to you, up to us to actually maybe talk to a family member, see how they're doing. Sometimes you see the angst, you see the pain in them, you just don't know what you're seeing. So when you see someone that has that angst, talk to them. And I like to refer back to the Gabby Petito situation.
Right.
So many people thought Gabby was the aggressor, the abuser, even though the people that called the police told them that Brian was slapping her before they got in the van. But when the police stopped them, because Gabby was hitting him, hitting in the steering wheel, they were going to arrest her. Even though the police were told he was abusing her, they were going to arrest her because she looked like she was an abuser. She looked like her soul was broken. When you're in a narcissistic abuse situation, when you're in a domestic violence situation, they break your soul. That's their desire, to break you down to the lowest molecule they possibly can. So what we witnessed as a country or whatever, we witnessed that abuse in action. Get the help you need. Get the help you need. I, ask you, I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you to get the help you need so that you can step into the power. You can step into your wellness. Your wellness journey starts once you start saying, hey, I need help. This situation is not right. So that's my thing. And
thank you
I love
so
your
much.
listeners, and I love God's children, and I just want the best for them, you
Yes.
know?
Yes, that's powerful. That's very, very powerful. Helping them, helping us, helping everybody who's listening. People are listening via podcast. People are listening via YouTube. People are watching via YouTube and Facebook. And this is a message that will never leave the internet. So you just spoke now, but you are going to keep inspiring lives with this message you have just dropped. Every day, every minute, every hour, it's going to remain. You know that. So I really do appreciate it. For those of you who are watching via YouTube, watching via Facebook, please like and share this broadcast. You know why? Because there is somebody on your contact list who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. We're not asking you to give us money. It's free to listen to it. We're not charging you. The only assignment and task we want to give to you, and we're also pleading with you to do, is just to like and share it. Just share the broadcast. Share it on your page. Share it on your friend's page. Even if it doesn't resonate with you, it will resonate with somebody on your contact list. That's the essence of the program, the morale booster, to uplift you, to uplift people, to help people understand that they have a purpose in life, to help people understand that suicide is not an option, to help people understand that narcissism is not a way, is not an option, to help people understand that they should seek help and they can seek help. So please like and share this broadcast so that you can save just that one life. There is just that one person who probably might be at the verge of committing suicide, who just needs to hear this message. That's all we're asking you for. Thank you so much, Aina, for this beautiful, powerful message. And how can people reach out to you? On what social media platforms are you available?
I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, IG. Everything is When She Rise, the number one. When She Rise 1.
When She Rise. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can Google Ina Johnson Myers. I have other, I guess, media things out there where I'm talking about narcissism. And, you know, I want people to understand that it's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something that you want to hide. You know, get the help. Get the help. People are out there that are willing and waiting to help you.
Yes.
So get the help.
True.
And it's confidential. You know, it's not like when you do it. A lot of times people don't want to deal with the abusers because they're afraid that somebody will say something and an abuser will find out. It's confidential. We got you.
Thank you so
much. I
got
you, girl.
Thank you for sharing that. You know, that's another good thing, because right now you are reassuring them, right? And that's a good one. So you can also visit her website. For those of you listening via podcast, her website is whensherise.com. 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 So go to her website now. Those of you who are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, please follow her. Recommend her to your contacts. Right now, the world has gradually transitioned from brick and mortar to click and order. So no matter what part of the world you live in, you can virtually communicate with her. You can virtually have access to her, right? She's a powerful woman. She has experience. She has the charisma for leadership. She has the tools required for you to transition from where you are to where you want to be in your life. So if you're a lady who has been looking for a mentor, looking for a coach, Ina is somebody who I would recommend for you. Okay, so Ina, thank you so much for sharing. And do you have a copy of your book with you?
I actually forgot it. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Where can people find the book?
It's on Amazon, Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. It's online. So if you Google "Girl Don't Play, Pray," you'll see a host of different bookstores that have it that you can order from there.
Okay. Girl Don't Play.
Girl Don't Play.
Pray. So does it come with all those exclamation marks too?
Yes.
Like that. Okay. So I'll just drop the her book title. I'll put it in the comment section. Her book is titled
"Girl Don't Play."
Yes.
Pray.
Girl Don't Play.
Hard.
Don't play. Pray. Oh, that's great. So I just put it there, and those people on YouTube and Facebook, it's there for you. You can get it on Amazon, right? It's on Amazon. Am I correct?
Amazon, Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. Like I said, if you Google it, you'll see a bunch of other different stores that have it as well. So
okay,
I appreciate them.
All right.
Everybody wants to get that message out because it's important.
Yes, yes, yes. So please, everybody, follow her on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and just purchase her book. Yes, go buy this book, and you would not regret it. Her website, once again, is whensherise.com. So thank you so much, Ina. Let's see if the message delivered. Yes, it did. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, all right. So it's been a wonderful 32 minutes with you. Wow. I thought we were going to be here for only 15 minutes, but you know, your message needed to go out. God used you to heal someone today. That's just the truth. God has used you to heal someone. And I know that person is out there listening. I know that person would reach out to you. And if you are watching the replay, please remember to type #replay. That way we would know how to respond to your message. So thank you so much, Ina. Thank you all for listening. And we would see you some other time. I hope when next I invite you, Ina, you would come and join us.
Of course. Say when.
All right. Thank you so much. So, all right, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your holidays. Bye.